All right, Alyssa, I'm going to have you pick for me, if you would,
Okay.
somewhere in this mix, from 0 to 64.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you go there, just right, yeah, right there, yeah, right there-ish. The one that just kind of flipped out. Yeah, that one
This one?
there, or the
Okay.
one over is fine.
That one or the one over. Okay, I
Yeah,
see this one. Let's go
yeah,
with,
that one. Do that
okay.
one. That's the one I wanted.
All right, that's the one then. That's
Okay.
the one. This one says, if you could only improve one thing about yourself in your lifetime, what would it be? Oof, that's so deep. Only
Who
one.
wrote these questions?
Yeah, seriously,
It's
who
like he
wrote these
came up with
questions?
them.
Dang, it's funny because as much as like we've designed this game, and it's like there's still games that I'm waiting to play those cards because of
Hmm.
the probability. Um, the first thing that comes to mind, and it really is profound. I mean, I feel it deeply. Is I sort of, the context for me of life is, this is not one go. It is about growth and it is about mastery. So I love what you said there. And as we move forward, so to speak, it's not really a time-based thing. I think of more like a tree, like the rings expand outward, my consciousness grows. That's part of the mastery. And all these different relationships, and everything's relationship, right? I'm in relationship with everything all the time. And so that's the context. And the content of that is my heart and my sort of desire to expand. Sometimes I really feel like, yeah, that sounds great, I want to meditate right now. And other times I'm like, screw that. I want to go play a video game, and so it's like, how do I mitigate the simple pleasures, or sort of that, I think of it as like inertia towards maybe an undisciplined, unplanned life that maybe doesn't take me in the direction. Like you go too far down that road and you're like, oh man, I knew that wasn't going to work, right? Whatever it might be, whatever chemicals we seek of that validation of good feeling, right? Versus a sustainable, like really ascending growth pattern of evolution. So the simple part of this is that I fear sometimes, or always, that I'm not as committed to that path as I'd like to be. I wish I would trust more in what I quote unquote know to be true. Like my mind, you mentioned ego, my mind gets in the way sometimes, like, oh no, you don't have to do that. Let me give you 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't be on this path of ascension. And then this heart, or this internal knowing, the soul says, you know. So I read from the Bhagavad Gita now. That's what I'm doing every night, a verse. And it's just a reminder. It's not that different. It's just another reminder every day of that soul ascension process, and like commitment to staying out of the worldly material attachment and staying in the path of like deep knowing. So I fear, so if I could improve one thing in my life, it would be to trust more in what I know to be true at that soul level, and let go of that mind and that ego.